Question 1. Demonstrated by a recent capacity expansion project, Maria notices that the physical server utilization in her traditional data center rarely exceeds 20%, leading to high costs for unused capacity. She is tasked with justifying a EMA-based solution to the board. Which core benefit of virtualization best supports her argument in terms of resource efficiency and operational agility? A. It increases physical server density and consolidates workloads. B. It completely eliminates hardware maintenance requirements. C. It ensures unlimited scalability without new infrastructure. D. It replaces the need for network and storage systems. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Virtualization enables multiple virtual machines to run on a single physical server, maximizing utilization of compute, memory, and storage resources. This consolidation reduces the number of physical servers required, lowering hardware, energy, and cooling costs while allowing dynamic resource allocation in VMware environments. Features such as ERS and vMotion enhance operational agility. Workloads are balanced efficiently and performance is maintained under varying demands, making consolidation a compelling argument for investment. Question 2. Taking into account a network redesign, Joshua is tasked with improving communication between VMS on the same host while minimizing external traffic through physical switches. In vSphere, what virtual networking component allows this direct communication, enhancing performance and security by isolating it from physical networks? A. VM kernel adapter. B. Virtual switch. vSwitch. C. Distributed switch uplink. D. Port group VLAN tagging. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. A vSphere standard or distributed virtual switch enables direct VM to VM communication within the same host without leaving the virtual environment. This reduces latency, lowers physical network traffic, and provides isolation from external networks. VMware's vSwitch also supports features such as VLAN, segmentation, NIC teaming, and traffic shaping, offering both performance benefits and control over virtual networking, which is critical for secure, efficient intra-host communications. Question 3. Throughout the course of a maintenance window, Ravi must migrate active VMS to another XC host without downtime to meet an AA requirement. Which VMware feature provides this live migration capability while keeping services uninterrupted? A. Storage vMotion. B. vMotion. C. Fault tolerance. D. High availability. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. vOcean enables the live migration of a powered-on VM from one XC host to another with zero downtime, preserving active connections and application states. It uses a high-speed network to transfer memory and execution state between hosts while maintaining continuous operation. This capability is essential for performing maintenance, load balancing, or hardware upgrades without affecting availability, supporting stringent SLOs in enterprise environments. Question 4. By comparing centralized versus decentralized VM management approaches, Olivia finds that managing multiple XC hosts individually consumes excessive administrative effort. Which vSphere component should she deploy to centrally manage hosts, VMS, and resources from a unified interface? A. VMware Tools. B. vCenter Server. C. vSphere Web Client. D. XC Direct Console User Interface. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. vCenter Server acts as the centralized management platform for all XC hosts and associated VMS. It provides a single interface for configuration, provisioning, monitoring, and advanced features like DRS and templates. Centralization reduces administrative overhead, ensures policy consistency, and enables coordinated operations across the virtual infrastructure. Without vCenter, many enterprise-scale automation and orchestration capabilities simply cannot be leveraged effectively. Question 5. In light of recent developments in disaster recovery planning, Chen is tasked with ensuring that critical workloads automatically restart on other hosts if a host failure occurs. Which VMware feature provides this automatic restart functionality in a cluster environment? A. Fault tolerance. B. High availability. C. vMotion. D. Optus. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. vSphere High Availability monitors XC hosts in a cluster and restarts affected VMS on surviving hosts if a failure occurs. It minimizes downtime without requiring manual intervention, relying on shared storage to make VM files accessible cluster-wide. How ensures business continuity by automatically detecting failures and initiating recovery actions, an essential capability for organizers. Requiring reliable hands-off recovery mechanisms in production environments. Question 6. From the perspective of workload balancing, Sophia notices that some hosts are overutilized while others remain idle in a vSphere cluster, which technology automatically redistributes workloads to optimize performance and resource use. A. Distributed resource scheduler. B. Enhanced vMotion compatibility. C. Storage vMotion. D. Host profiles. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Distributed Resource Scheduler (DRS) continuously monitors host utilization in a cluster and uses vMotion to move VMS automatically or suggest migrations for load balancing. It ensures optimal performance by dynamically allocating EPU and memory resources according to demand. By reducing manual intervention, DRS improves efficiency, prevents resource contention, and ensures workloads run smoothly across all available hosts in the environment. Question 7. When considering the lifecycle of VM templates, Daniel wants to deploy multiple identical VMS quickly while ensuring they maintain a consistent base configuration. Which approach should he use in vSphere for this mass deployment need? A. Linked clone creation. B. Template deployment. C. Snapshot revert. D. ISO-based installation. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Templates in vSphere servers master images of EM's disk configuration and settings, enabling rapid, consistent deployment of new VMS. Using templates ensures that each new VM inherits the same OS patches and baseline applications, reducing configuration drift. This approach significantly accelerates provisioning, minimizes errors, and maintains compliance with organizational standards of large-scale deployments. Question 8. The relationship between host CPU generations has caused previous vMotion attempts between certain XC hosts to fail due to incompatible instruction sets. Which VMware feature standardized EPU presentation across hosts to enable such migrations? A. EPU finity. B. Enhanced vMotion compatibility. C. Fault tolerance. D. VM kernel scheduling. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Enhanced vMotion compatibility masks differences in CPU features between XC hosts in a cluster by presenting a standardized CPU feature set to VMS. This allows live migration between hosts with different but compatible processors. EVK is vital in mixed hardware environments, ensuring mobility without requiring VM shutdowns or limiting the use of advanced processor capabilities during operations. Question 9. In contrast to physical migrations, MA must move EM's storage from one data store to another while it remains powered on. Which VMware feature allows this operation without downtime? A. vMotion. B. Storage vMotion. C. Storage octas. D. High availability. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Storage vMotion migrates EM's disk files between data stores without interrupting VM operations. It maintains application availability by copying disk data to the target storage while continuing EO to the source, then switching over once synchronization is complete. This feature is essential for storage balancing, hardware upgrades, and avoiding planned outages in environments that demand uninterrupted access to services. Question 10. Evidence suggests that inconsistent role assignments have led to unnecessary administrative access in a VMware environment. To enforce least privilege, which strategy should be implemented when granting permissions? A. Assign full admin rights to all users for flexibility. B. Use role-based access control with minimal rights needed. C. Assign permissions directly to individual accounts only. D. Allow self-assignment of roles for accountability. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Role-based access control in vSphere assigns permissions based on defined roles, ensuring each user only has the privileges required for their duties. This limits the attack surface, reduces accidental misconfigurations, and ensures compliance with security policies. By mapping users or groups to specific roles, administrators maintain tighter control and oversight, supporting operational security without unnecessary access for job performance. Question 11. In the absence of shared storage, Liam needs to provide fault tolerance for a critical application VM. Which solution allows the VM to run a mirrored copy on another host, ensuring zero downtime even if one host fails? A. vSphere her. B. vMotion. C. Fault tolerance. D. Storage vMotion. Answer. Correct answer C. Explanation. Fault tolerance creates a live shadow instance of VM on another host. Every instruction executed on the primary is simultaneously executed on the secondary, enabling instant failover with zero data loss and no restart time. Feat is ideal for critical workloads where even a brief outage is unacceptable, providing continuous availability far beyond what HAR offers, especially in environments without shared storage-based recovery methods. Question 12. When analyzing provisioning speed issues, Harper discovers that new VM deployments are inconsistent in configuration and take hours to prepare. Which VMware feature can she use to accelerate deployment while ensuring uniform settings? A. Template deployment. B. Linked clones. C. Snapshot revert. D. Host profiles. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Templates provide a pre-configured master image of including OS patches and baseline settings. Deploying from a template ensures every new VM matches the approved configuration, reducing setup time and configuration drift. This approach speeds up provisioning while maintaining consistency across the environment, an essential practice for operational efficiency and compliance in virtualized data centers. Question 13. Given the circumstances of planned storage maintenance, Asia must migrate active VMS disk files to different data store without any downtime. Which VMware feature should she use? A. vMotion. B. Storage Opters. C. Snapshot migration. D. Storage vOcean. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Storage vMotion enables the live migration of VM disk files from one data store to another while the VM remains powered on. It synchronizes the new copy with ongoing disk I/O and switches to it seamlessly once complete. This avoids service interruption, supports load balancing across storage resources, and is invaluable during storage upgrades or maintenance without impacting application availability. Question 14. Illustrated by a sudden workload spike, Ethan notices that certain VMS are staffed for CPU resources while other hosts remain underutilized. Which VMware feature can automatically move workloads to balance performance? A. High availability. B. Distributed resource scheduler. C. Fault tolerance. D. Storage vMotion. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Distributed resource scheduler (DRS) monitors resource usage across a vSphere cluster and uses vMotion to migrate VMS automatically or suggest moves for optimal CPU and memory balance. By distributing workloads intelligently, DRS prevents performance bottlenecks, maximizes hardware efficiency, and minimizes manual intervention, ensuring a consistently high-quality experience across the virtual infrastructure. Question 15. Considering the evidence of excessive idle server capacity, Noor wants to reduce the physical footprint of her data center without affecting performance. Which virtualization benefit directly addresses this challenge? A. Server consolidation. B. Unlimited network scalability. C. Hardware elimination for storage. D. Replacement of security measures. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Server consolidation allows multiple VMS to run on fewer physical servers, increasing utilization rates and reducing the number of machines required. This results in lower hardware, power, and cooling costs while maintaining performance. Consolidation is a cornerstone of virtualization's value proposition, freeing up data center space and optimizing infrastructure investment without compromising quality. Question 16. With respect to TPU compatibility during migrations, Diego must enable vMotion between hosts with different processor generations. Which VMware feature provides this capability by standardizing EPU feature sets? A. CPU finity rules. B. Host profiles. C. Enhanced vMotion compatibility. D. Fault tolerance. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Enhanced vMotion compatibility (F) masks differences in CPU instruction sets across hosts in a cluster, presenting a uniform EPU profile to VMS. This ensures compatibility for live migrations even between different but supported processor generations. EVC is especially valuable in mixed hardware environments, reducing migration failures and allowing more flexible resource use across the cluster. Question 17. Despite the fact that his organization has a robust cluster, Michael sees that some admins have broad privileges far beyond their job needs, leading to potential security risks. Which approach should he implement? A. Assign all admins full rights for operational flexibility. B. Role-based access with least privilege principle. C. Directly assign permissions to each user account. D. Allow self-selection of roles for accountability. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Role-based access control ensures users have only the privileges necessary for their specific responsibilities. By defining roles aligned with operational needs and mapping users to them, organizations limit the attack surface, prevent unauthorized changes, and maintain compliance. The least privilege principle embedded in RBAC improves security posture while supporting efficient, controlled administration of the vSphere environment. Question 18. When considering an environment with frequent configuration drift across XC hosts, Sophia wants to ensure all hosts match a defined standard without manual per-host changes. Which VMware feature should she use? A. Host profiles. B. Distributed vSwitch. C. Linked clones. D. vSphere Ho. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Host profiles capture a reference host's configuration and apply it to other hosts in the cluster, ensuring consistency in settings such as networking, storage, and security. This reduces configuration drift, simplifies host deployment, and speeds recovery from changes or errors. Automating compliance with predefined standard minimizes manual intervention and operational risk in large-scale vSphere deployments. Question 19. Based on the information from a performance audit, Oliver determines that his storage arrays are unevenly utilized, causing latency in some VMS. Which VMware capability can help automatically balance storage resources? A. vMotion. B. Storage opters. C. Storage vMotion. D. Fault tolerance. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Storage DRS monitors data store capacity and performance, automatically moving or recommending movement of VM disk files to maintain balance. It leverages storage vMotion for the migration process but adds intelligence by considering both space usage and IO latency. This proactive management improves performance, avoids hotspots, and optimizes resource utilization without requiring administrator oversight. Question 20. To what extent does continuous availability matter for mission-critical applications? Meyer is tasked with ensuring zero downtime even during host failures. Which VMware feature meets this requirement? A. High availability. B. Storage vMotion. C. Distributed resource scheduler. D. Fault tolerance. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Fault tolerance keeps an active secondary copy of AM running on another host in lockstep with the primary. If the primary fails, the secondary takes over instantly without any interruption or data loss. This is crucial for mission-critical systems where downtime is unacceptable, providing higher protection levels than by maintaining an always-on synchronized duplicate. Question 21. Upon closer examination of a network diagram, Liam sees multiple vSphere clusters but wants consistent VM network configurations across all hosts. Which VMware feature allows centralized management of virtual network settings? A. Port group VLAN tagging. B. Distributed vSwitch. C. Host profiles. D. vSphere Hub. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. A distributed vSwitch provides centralized management of virtual networking across multiple XC hosts, ensuring uniform configuration for port groups, VLANs, and NIC teaming. It simplifies administration, reduces misconfigurations, and allows advanced monitoring and traffic shaping. By using a distributed model, network policies are consistently applied to VMS regardless of that, streamlining operations in large-scale deployments. Question 22. From a historical standpoint, Emma recalls past migrations failing due to incompatible CPU features. To ensure seamless vMotion between mixed CPU generations, which feature should she enable? A. Host profiles, B. vSphere, C. Enhanced vMotion compatibility, D. Fault tolerance. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Enhanced vMotion compatibility mass CPU differences by presenting a consistent CPU feature set to VMS across the cluster. This ensures compatibility for live migrations even when hosts use processors from different generations within the same vendor family. It helps maintain workload mobility and prevents migration failures without requiring VM shutdown or manual compatibility adjustments. Question 23. While examining a new provisioning process, Daniel wants to rapidly deploy multiple VMS with identical configurations without installing the OS from scratch each time. Which VMware feature should he use? A. Template deployment, B. Snapshot revert, C. ISO boot, D. vSphere. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. VM templates act as master images containing EM's OS patches and configuration. Deploying from templates ensures consistency across VMS, speeds up provisioning, and reduces human error. This approach also helps maintain compliance with organizational standards, as each new VM inherits the same baseline, eliminating variability in the build process. Question 24. In contrast to manual rebalancing, Raj wants storage workloads to be redistributed automatically to avoid latency. Which VMware feature offers automated recommendations and migrations for storage balancing? A. vMotion, B. Storage vMotion, C. Storage Opters, D. Distributed Resource Scheduler. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. StoreGRS monitors data store space and performance, making migration decisions to maintain optimal balance. It uses storage vMotion to execute moves, factoring in IO load and capacity thresholds. By automating this process, it prevents hotspots, enhances performance, and reduces the administrative overhead of manual intervention in storage management. Question 25. As demonstrated by a recent failover test, Alyssa finds that her cluster successfully restarts VMS after host failures, but with a brief downtime, which feature would instead keep a fully synchronized copy running to eliminate downtime. A. vSphere, B. vMotion, C. Fault tolerance, D. Storage vMotion. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Fault tolerance creates a live secondary VM on another host, executing instructions in parallel with the primary. In case of a failure, the secondary takes over instantly, ensuring zero downtime and no data loss. This makes V ideal for mission-critical applications that cannot tolerate even brief interruptions, surpassing HOS restart-based recovery. Question 26. Considering the evidence of varying administrative privileges, Oliver needs to implement strict access controls to reduce risk. Which method best aligns with security best practices in vSphere? A. Assigning permissions directly to individuals. B. Role-based access control with least privilege. C. Allowing self-assignment of roles. D. Granting full rights to all admins for flexibility. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Role-based access control ensures that each user has only the privileges necessary to perform their specific duties. Mapping predefined roles to users or groups reduces the chance of accidental or malicious changes, enforces security policies, and supports compliance. The least privilege principle is key to minimizing exposure without hindering operational needs. Question 27. During the process of a data center consolidation, MIR needs to reduce the number of physical servers while maintaining performance. Which benefit of virtualization most directly supports this goal? A. Server consolidation. B. Unlimited scalability without upgrades. C. Eliminating all storage hardware. D. Removing the need for security controls. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Server consolidation allows multiple virtual machines to run on fewer physical servers, significantly increasing hardware utilization. This reduces physical space, power, and cooling requirements while maintaining performance through efficient resource allocation. It's one of the most impactful benefits of virtualization, enabling cost savings and streamlined infrastructure. Question 20. In what ways can VM mobility be improved between different XC hosts with its CPU feature mismatches causing errors? A. Host profiles. B. Fault tolerance. C. CPU finity. D. Enhanced vMotion compatibility. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Enhanced vMotion compatibility standardize EPU features presented to VMS, allowing them to migrate seamlessly between hosts with different CPU models. By masking advanced features, EVC enables consistent operation and uninterrupted migrations, which is critical in heterogeneous hardware environments where flexibility and mobility are required. Question 29. With respect to a storage upgrade, Kevin needs to move VM disk files to a new data store while keeping the VMS running. Which VMware feature accomplishes this with no downtime? A. vMotion. B. Storage vMotion. C. Storage octas. D. High availability. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Storage vMotion migrates EM's virtual disks between data stores while the VM remains powered on. It maintains service availability by performing the migration in the background, synchronizing disk changes, and switching over seamlessly. This is essential for storage maintenance or upgrades that cannot impact running workloads. Question 30. In a context of host configuration consistency, Alina wants to ensure all XC hosts in her cluster match a reference setup without configuring each one manually. Which feature should she use? A. Template deployment. B. Host profiles. C. Distributed vSwitch. D. vSphere. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Host profiles allow administrators to capture the configuration of a reference host and apply it across other hosts in the cluster. This ensures consistent settings for networking, storage, and security, reducing drift and simplifying host deployment or recovery. Automating configuration enforcement saves time and improves compliance in large environments.